Hello everyone, we are back with the another session on InfosecGirls Meet for tonight. So a little bit information about myself. So this is Shreya Pohekar and I'm chapter lead for Infosec Bhopal Girl chapter. So next up we have our speaker Shreyanshi Jha and she'll be going to speak upon the topic artificial intelligence and cybersecurity. And as we know that AI is like today the most emerging technologies of the decade. So yeah, cybersecurity also integrates it, and yeah, Shreyanshi will be talking about the same. So all the best, Shreyanshi, for the session, and over to you. You can now share a screen. Shreyanshi, you are on mute.
Why I cannot?
Uh,
Can you see the
it's
screen?
no. There's an option like just a second. Yeah, now we can see your screen.
Can you see the presentation?
Yes.
Oh, just a minute.
Yeah.
Now is it visible? Perfect. Should I go?
No, it's not visible again.
Why is it not visible? It's showing me that I'm
Now
sharing
it's
the screen.
visible.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay. Now, hello everyone. Good evening.
We can see it,
My
but
name.
can we put it in the full screen mode? Because we can see everything else also. We need to
Okay.
go on full screen mode on the presentation.
Okay. Okay. Just a minute. Now is it fine?
No, actually, we can see on the left-hand side and right-hand side properties.
Okay.
You
Just a
can
minute.
click on just present.
Now is it fine?
Yes.
Should I start?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. Hello everyone. Good evening. My name is Shreyanshi Jha. I'm here to talk upon AI and cybersecurity. I am doing my master's in ISM from Indira Gandhi Delhi Technical University. So let's start with a thought from Stephen Hawkins. Computers will overtake human with AI within the next 100 years. When that happens, we need to make sure the computers have goals aligned with ours. So, do you really think that AI is going to take everything and is going to replace human beings as well? So, let's see how AI will affect cybersecurity in future, or will it take over that? So, for that, first we'll see what exactly AI is. I'll just give you a brief idea so that you understand what AI is and how it can affect cybersecurity in future, or it has even started according to few of the claims by Tasian and Emerge. What is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is a wide-ranging branch of computer science concerned with building smart machines capable of performing tasks that typically require human intelligence. So basically AI was brought to do everything what human can. It has now started with like Alexa you have at your house. Like you tell them to switch on the lights or do play the music for you, the exact music which you want, and they do everything. So what is Alexa? It's more like doing that same work what a human being could have done that for you. So it's somewhere replacing the human intelligence and has made a huge setup in the industry right now. So let's talk about some examples of AI. Like, have you ever searched for an image related to cake, the cakes which you had been posting. If I talk about Google Photographs, so there is an option in that where they recognize a face. So if in particular you will just tap on a face, they'll show all the related images to that face. What is that? That is AI. Like if you search for a cake image which you had baked for your son or or your father or anyone, and they'll show you all the cake images, be it that cake of that shape of a dog or cat, whatever you might have baked, but that will show you all the cakes. Online shopping recommendations, like you search for a top on Mantra and you'll be able to see the notifications for that, and the price drop or the tops related similar to that one on the other website wherever you are searching or surfing for. Now the next feature is voice to text. Now that is like a big thing for people who cannot properly type or do something. They can just speak and that will be converted automatically into text. And there are many more everywhere. Like today if you step out, you will be seeing everything related to AI. Why do we have AI now? Now this is a big question. Why people think that why didn't we had it earlier? Why is it evolving so much right now? So the first thing is storage, because AI needs a lot of data to train itself, and then it basically trains itself on some set of data, and then it performs the task related to that data. It judges its action with those trained data and then does its work. So storing that huge set of trained data was a big problem. We didn't Earlier we didn't exactly know. Now we have, like, you got those Excel or many more ways like MongoDB and everything where you can store AI data. But earlier we didn't had that, and if we had it, even like the cost was so high that everybody couldn't afford it. And the next thing was computation. Computation, like even if we have data, then the next step is who will understand that and how will they compute it using mathematics to implement it. So for that computation purpose, you need to have those experts for you. So that was not available, and that's why AI has evolved right now and not before it. Though this is nothing new, but it is something that training and testing. It could have been done earlier, but due to these two compromises, we couldn't. Do you know about Taybot? Again, let me tell you that Tay is meant by thinking about you. It was basically a artificial intelligence chatbot. It was released by Microsoft Corporation via Twitter on 23rd March 2016. But to utmost amazement that it was shut down within 16 hours only, because it began to post so many offensive tweets on the Twitter account. Now why did it start to do that? Because of the human interactions which are happening on Twitter, those memes, those sarcasms, which it started relating the content with that, and on the basis of that it started tweeting. Both made replies based on the interactions with people on Twitter. Now these are few of the tweets made by both, so you can see what crap it has done. So it had to be shut down within 16 hours. Now let me just give you a figure. Like, have you ever tried getting into that HDFC net banking? Or I guess maybe I use HDFC, but there are many net banking where there will be some you'll be having a chatbot that will reply to your queries. So there you don't have to call the customer care for every now and then or mail them for something. Like you chat to that chatbot and your issues will be resolved. I guess they resolve 60 to 70% of issues which you will be facing. Like specifically, I have been through HDFC net banking and I really relate to that, and that helps me a lot. I guess they call them EVA. Now, just what exactly, how do we say that the solution which AI gives is the best one or the right one? To be very honest, the solution is best till it has the utmost data at background. Like the more data you train your bot with, the more The best example you'll be getting, the best result you'll be getting. And next, the expertise working on that data. If these two things are good, your solution is going to be perfect. So these are the two mandatory things which you need to take care of, like to have utmost data for it, and then the expertise. Now, how AI fits for cybersecurity. You know that small data centers, they have hundred of applications running on them, and over there the network security is very important and very critical as well. So all those 100 applications, each of which will have different security policies. And is it really possible for, like, yeah, of course human experts will take a lot of time, but they can do it. But to compromise with that time becomes a big deal, and AI can help us with that. It has an amazing speed to work with. So for such cases, I guess cybersecurity can have AI in it. And one more reason which I find that it is a big part that cybersecurity can have AI in it is that cybersecurity has repetitiveness and tediness in it. Some part of it I feel it is there. Yeah, not just about future terms, like it's being discussed a lot that AI will be coming in cybersecurity or not, how will it affect that. But even it has made some inroads in cybersecurity, as claimed by Tessian and Emerge. Tessian even said that they have done that email monitoring system or something. So they have not exactly released the working of that software, but they have claimed that they have used AI in that technology. Now let me I'll just talk about the three most important things about AI which I feel will be playing role in cybersecurity. So the no first thing I want to ask you, how do we identify and assess the cyber threats? There are two things: by scouring through lots of data and then look for anonymous data points. So these are the two most important things through which we identify the cyber threats. Now, companies, if I talk about network threat identification, now companies use data collected by their existing rule-based network security software to train AI algo towards identifying new cyber threats. So, in network threat identification, as I gave you that small data center ones example also. So, what are the consequences of attack and response? So, if we could, like for one case, we could take out all those attack and responses, and then doing after doing all the data analysis, AI algo can be trained to take certain predefined steps in the event. So if in network threat identification, it will basically, what it will do is that we'll see that which port we are entering into and which port we are going through. And for that, our AI algo will need to know a lot about network topography and managing security of these enterprises. Network involves identifying which connection requests are legitimate and which are attempting unusual connection behavior, like these things. So if that could be data analysis could be done, then even network threats can be stopped using the AI. So this is what I can conclude from network threat identification, how it can be used in AI. Okay. Now the second things which comes is AI in email monitoring. I guess we are pretty much observing that nowadays to prevent cybersecurity hacking attempts like phishing mails. For those, machine learning softwares are being used to improve the detection and accuracy and identify it. Like, I believe email monitoring can be even done by human beings, but isn't it too much time taking? So for such things, we can appoint AI, right? Like some software use computer vision to view emails to see if there are features in email that indicative of threat, like such as images or certain size of email, or the extension through which we can say that it is like a threat. And even natural language processing can be used to read through the text in emails coming in and going out of the organization, and then identify the phrases and patterns in the text that are associated with phishing attempts. Like anomaly detection software can identify if email sender, recipient's body or attachments are threats. So I believe all this is not difficult for human being even to do that, but it's time taking to do all that for millions of emails. So now the third thing which comes is AI for fighting AI threats. So do you know that there are hackers which are now discovering points of entry in enterprise network with the help of AI. So now you can imagine that if they are using AI to enter into our network, then it's gonna be so fast. So to deal with such thing, we need AI only. Like for AI attack, you need AI cybersecurity. So now companies need to improve speed at which cyber threats are detected, because hackers are using AI to potentially discover points of entry in enterprise network. Deploying AI software to guard against AI augmented hacking attempts might become a necessary part of cybersecurity, according to me, in future. Or might be it will be playing some role right now also. So this is all I could find in three use cases which I wanted to talk about. Now, future of AI in cybersecurity. It is nascent completely, like it's evolving or it has just started its bit in the market. It need to ensure that systems are trained with inputs from cybersecurity experts, helps in identifying true cybersecurity attacks with accuracy. So it's very important to have that data, and it's important that it replies with utmost accuracy so that it can be sorted or it can be dealt in future. So now there is a big question, that will AI take over cybersecurity completely? Let's discuss that further. No, AI cannot take over cybersecurity. And why? Because we'll talk about that. First thing, lack of data and expertise. Why lack of data, specifically in cybersecurity, is that no company is going to share their data to you related to security. And even if they share that data, that means that data has become irrelevant to them. So working on irrelevant data is not going to help you. So training, getting that data for training it is going to be really difficult. And expertise, because you need to have people who have expertise over both the things, cybersecurity as well and AI role also, because that person can only deal with it in the best manner. Training data is difficult to achieve. As I told you, nobody is going to share their data with you. So that is I believe it's going to be a big task. And without training data, we are nothing in AI. Third thing, verdict is obscure. So what do I mean by that is that of course AI can detect that there is a threat in this email, or it may even tell you what kind of threat it is, but it's not going to explain you further. And what human intelligence does is they explain it, they go through that threat, they deal with it, and everything cannot be expected by AI. They will just let you know about the threat. They're not going to explain themselves. Pretty high false detection rate. Actually, it's not a pretty high false detection rate only. It's like here we cannot afford to have the false detection. It's very difficult. If we are taking the false detection over here, it's gonna be a big deal, because like I told you that I searched for cake image. If in case of cake, that AI result gives me a cone of ice cream, it will barely matter me in my search result. But if they show you something wrong in this case in cybersecurity, it will become a big problem for you. So for this, I really believe that AI cannot take over cybersecurity. So thank you everyone. Like I told you what can happen and what is happening according to few of the claim places that they are saying that they have implemented AI in cybersecurity like Emerge and Teshin, as I've mentioned in my PPT also. So, but we know that cybersecurity is playing a big role right now, and so do AI. And I think that it might help us in implementing cybersecurity better in future, but it can never take up completely. Just hoping that, or maybe it may after 100 of years. But right now, as the speed and the way AI is dealing, it's difficult for it to take over cybersecurity. But it can really help us in few ways where we can train the data well. So, thank you. You can stop sharing the screen.
So Shreyanshi, that was really a great session. Means I have been into AI, and yes, the dimensions that you have covered, like AI against the AI threats, that was really amazing. Means I didn't thought of that earlier. So that was a good point that you made, and yeah, you have been amazing. Your slides were very good, and I want to thank you for taking up a session. And I just got to know that you both, Karen and Shreyanshi, were speaking for the first time, and you were really amazing. I didn't got to know that you were speaking for the first time. So kudos on that. And yeah, if anyone have any queries, you can put out in the comment section, or you can reach out to InfosecGirls or directly to the speakers on their Twitter or LinkedIn profile, and they'll be really happy to help you. So thanks everyone for joining in, and thank you Shreyanshi and Garen once again. And until the next session, bye bye and happy learning.
Bye bye.
I
Thanks, Asta, and
thank you,
sorry, Vanna and Shreya.
Vandana and Shreya. Thank
Yeah.
you.